the cleanup that I joined, I just wanted to quickly talk about that, and then afterwards I will just show you some footage of that. I didn't film that much, but I just still think it's nice, and I will also talk about how I found out about this cleanup and why I joined that. So I joined a cleanup for World Cleanup Day on Saturday, and it was very spontaneous. I didn't know that it was World Cleanup Day, but I just found out the evening before in a Facebook group, because I joined this Facebook group called International Beach and Nature Cleanup, I think. I will link it in the description box. It's a very nice Facebook group. Everyone is really lovely there. And there's this Google Drive document where you can find, for like every different country, you can find a person who organizes cleanups for that area, and I think that's really cool. And yeah, so that was the first cleanup that I ever joined. Like, I also know that a lot of middle schools and high schools do that, for example, as like a school project thing or something. We actually never did that in my school, so I don't have any experience with that. And I just realized now, like, oh yeah, true, I actually never did anything like that. And I was thinking that it would be a nice addition for my zero waste challenge, that I don't only avoid my own trash, but I also pick up the trash that's already in nature. And I also just encourage, I just want to encourage people to do the same. If you go somewhere, like to the beach or something, and there's just a bunch of trash lying around, just take a little bag and just pick up some of that. And of course, don't leave your own trash, but that's kind of a no-brainer anyways. And it was kind of a coincidence that this World Cleanup Day fell right into my zero waste challenge, and I thought that was very cool. And then I just wrote a post in that group asking, like, hey guys, is anyone organizing a cleanup in the Netherlands somewhere in the next weeks? And then there was this girl commenting, oh yeah, tomorrow's World Cleanup Day, and on this website you can find all these projects. And I will also link that website, even though I think it's only for the Netherlands, but I will just link everything that I can find where you can join a cleanup, because it was also so much fun. Yeah, so that was very spontaneous. I had actually also intended to sleep in on Saturday and stuff, and then I was like, okay, yeah, well, I'll just join the cleanup. And then I went there the next morning, and before I left it was also raining so much, and I was like, oh no, am I really gonna go there and stuff? But then actually the moment where I went there, suddenly the sun came out, and so that was nice. And there were a lot of different people there. Like, there were some people who were elderly people and who were already retired, and there was like a teenage boy, and then there were a lot of people who were somewhere in between age-wise. So yeah, I think we were in total like 10 or 11 people, so there was also a quite nice size of a group, even though it's of course always better like the more people you have. So it was kind of a small cleanup, but I really enjoyed it. And yeah, so I got to practice my Dutch by talking to these people, and it just felt really good to do something. In that cleanup we focused on cigarette butts, because they are just very hard to collect, and there's like these cleaning vehicles that always go through the streets who have like these spinning kind of brooms. I have no clue how you call that in English, but the problem is that these ones can of course get rid of like broken glass and like bigger pieces of trash, but they can't really get the cigarette butts, because especially in cities that have like an old city center with cobblestones, and then the cigarette butts are just stuck in between, so there's not really any other way to get rid of them and to collect them. And we also had these like garbage pickup things, I don't know, these like garbage grabbers, or I don't know what it's called, but you will see it in the footage. And we tried to use those and to like pick up the cigarette butts with that, but it didn't really work that well. So we would just scratch the cigarette butts out like from in between of the stones. And yeah, of course that took a lot of time, and it was very tiring because you just had to squat the entire time basically. But it was still very nice, and there were also a lot of people who approached us and who talked to us and who asked about what we were doing, and who said like, oh yeah, great job, and that's really good that you're doing that and stuff. And I thought that was really nice, and that just felt very good as well, of course. And now you could say, yeah, okay, but that's not really worth it, because people are just gonna keep throwing their trash into nature and into the streets and everything. So what's the point in even collecting it? And sadly, that's kind of true. Especially also, I was thinking the same as it was a Saturday, and I thought, okay, yeah, it's a Saturday today, it's the city center, so tonight everyone is gonna go out, and then people are just gonna litter the streets again, and everything is just gonna look even worse than before the cleanup, basically. So yeah, of course that's kind of sad, but I also thought it's not only, like, it's not about removing all the trash, I mean, of course, also that, but we were busy for like 1.5 or almost 2 hours, and we only collected a fraction of all the trash that was there, obviously, because we were only like around 10 people with like a limited time frame, and of course you can't like collect everything, it's just not possible, you can't like pick up everything, but it's also kind of about raising awareness and just making people see like, oh yeah, there's actually people who have to clean these things up if other people throw their stuff in the street. And I thought that was very nice, and there was this one very funny situation where there was like this man who was sitting next to the street and smoking a cigarette. And then we were like walking by all like with our matching t-shirts and our trash bags and like picking up all the cigarette butts and stuff. And then that man was done with smoking his cigarette, and he was about to throw it to the ground, and then there were like 5 people around him like, no, like the garbage grabbers, and like, no, don't throw it, put it in here, and they gave him like the garbage bag. And like in his position I would have been so embarrassed if there were like 5 people around me like, no, don't throw your cigarette to the ground. Yeah, so I just think that those small things can at least make some people think a little bit more. It's probably not going to change that much, but it's also just about communicating something, like sending a message and making people aware that, yeah, trash is a problem, and that also with, for example, the cigarette butts and stuff, that's a problem, and that shouldn't be thrown into the streets. Because especially also with the cigarette butts, they're just really harmful for the environment. There's like all these residues of the harmful stuff from the cigarettes in the filters, and they take decades to decompose and are also very bad for animals when they like mistake them for food and eat them, and it's like very poisonous. So yeah, that's just really shitty when people just throw them in the street. So yeah, I will link everything that I can find on where you can find some cleanup in your area to join. Like I will link the Facebook group and maybe some websites if I can find anything. And then there was this website, this Dutch website where I found my project. I will also link that in the description. And yeah, I can just encourage all of you to join a cleanup sometime, because it's really fun, it's really rewarding, and it's just a very good way to like kind of set an example and send a message to people. And I just thought that was very nice. Of course now my memory card was full all of a sudden, but I just wanted to say my conclusion from this is also that I will look for more cleanups to join, because I just thought it was a very nice thing and also a very easy thing that you can do. If you feel like joining a cleanup sometime, then I can just recommend for you to check out the Facebook group and join one in your neighborhood or in your city or whatever. And I will see you in my next video. Have a great day and take care. Bye!